Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission today, it's a bit unusual. We're focusing on just one single source. It's a narrative poem called Ballad of the Forgotten Physician.
Mm.
And we're going to use it, well, like a scalpel really, to dissect this powerful story about medical history, travel, and maybe some, well, knowledge theft.
That's right. We're not just reading poetry here. This ballad, it lays out a whole historical argument wrapped in verse.
Exactly. It tells this incredible story about finding a cure in, desperate times. But then, almost immediately, the person who provided that cure just erased from the story.
And the real kicker, the hook, as you said, is that the ballad points towards a product that, yeah, many of us probably have in our medicine cabinets right now.
So it's history, legend, and maybe a bit of a critique all rolled into one.
Definitely. It forces us to look at how practical knowledge, especially these traditional remedies using, say, natural ingredients, how that knowledge gets acquired, sometimes documented, commercialized.
And then completely cut off from the original creators.
Right. We're kind of exploring the mechanics of forgetting and why sometimes that forgetting was quite profitable for some.
Okay, let's dive in. The beginning really sets the scene, establishes the stakes. First three verses. We have a traveler just called a white man, journeying a long time ago. Rivers, hills, plains.
And it sounds incredibly harsh. The poem talks about riding under the sun's red flame.
Yeah.
Pushing through sweat, through pain. It really emphasizes the physical toll.
Yeah, this wasn't a sightseeing tour.
No, not at all. For travelers back then, especially in hot climates, just the journey itself was dangerous. Scarce water, intense heat, you're constantly vulnerable.
And it wasn't just discomfort, was it? The ballad makes it clear he gets seriously ill because of the environment.
Oh, yeah. How common was that kind of severe stomach illness for European travelers in unfamiliar lands, say, 18th, 19th centuries?
Extremely common,
Yeah.
and often deadly.
Right. New germs, maybe contaminated water, serious dehydration. It leads fast to violent stomach problems.
And the poem details it. Stomach turned, his face grew pale, losing all his strength.
And that line, he cursed the heat, he cursed the land, and clenched his gut with trembling hand. That suggests something really bad. Dysentery, perhaps, or a really severe traveler's sickness. He's losing control, in agony, near collapse.
So looking at those conditions, his survival wasn't really down to his own stuff, his Western medicine.
Which often just couldn't handle these specific tropical issues.
Right. It depended entirely on the people navigating the culture.
Exactly. The guide, the servants, they become essential. They're the bridge. The poem notes they spoke the tongue the white man knew, okay, but more importantly, they knew the land. They knew the people.
So when he got really sick,
The guide knew what to do, or rather, who to ask. He steps in, decides to seek local help, because clearly whatever the traveler had wasn't working.
and that's the turning point.
Yeah.
The guide approaches a farmer nearby, tells him simply the man is sick, his pain severe.
Yeah. And that's the moment the whole dynamic shifts, doesn't it? Local, traditional knowledge suddenly becomes more valuable than whatever imported expertise had failed.
And we meet the hero of the story, though he's unnamed, forgotten.
The farmer, described as a humble soul, but crucially, a healer-wise in herbs and soil.
So someone with deep practical knowledge, not from a book, but from generations of living on that land.
Exactly. Rooted wisdom.
Okay, now the cure itself. This part is fascinating because it's so incredibly simple, yet specific. No weird ingredients, no complex process.
It's remarkably direct. The healer goes to a specific spot, a pit lay wide,
A pit, okay.
and he scoops up clay, soft white inside,
Just clay.
just clay. Then the preparation is minimal. Mixes the clay well with coconut sweet.
Clay and coconut, that's the recipe.
That's it, and the instructions are crystal clear. Now drink your cure is complete.
Wow. Okay, the simplicity is stunning. What's the science there? Is it just luck or something real?
Oh, it's very real, that soft white clay. It's almost certainly a type of silicate clay. Think kaolin, maybe bentonite. These clays are fantastic absorbents. They literally bind to toxins in the gut.
Ah, so they trap the bad stuff.
Exactly. And they coat the stomach lining, soothe inflammation. It's a principle known in many traditional medicines. It's a mineral remedy.
And the coconut sweet, just to make it taste okay?
Well, that helps, obviously. If you're really sick, taste matters. But coconut water is also packed with electrolytes and provides hydration. Given how sick the traveler was, dehydration would be a huge factor.
Right, replenishing fluids. Makes sense.
So it's both palatable and functional, but the real workhorse is that clay.
And the poem says it worked instantly, completely.
Pretty much. They sipped their tea beneath the trees, relaxing, and soon enough the traveler ran through bush and glen and came back light and whole again.
That quick turnaround from near death to perfectly fine, it really highlights the value of what that healer knew.
Absolutely. It wasn't just a little helpful, it was basically a miracle cure for that specific, common, often fatal problem, a total validation of that local knowledge.
So he's cured, he's alive, thanks to this farmer's knowledge and generosity. That should be the happy ending.
Should be. But this is where the ballad just pivots completely. It goes from a story about healing to one about, well, injustice.
Yeah, this is the core of the poem's argument, isn't it? The traveler's reaction. It's not gratitude.
No, it's calculation. The poem says he packed the clay, a secret find.
A secret find.
He immediately saw its value, its potential, but separate from the healer.
Right. He sailed away, and the poem is brutal about it, leaving the humble healer know no more.
Just left behind, forgotten.
We have to ask, was this just, grabbing a souvenir? Or was it deliberate exploitation?
Well, given the context, the era of exploration, resource gathering, it's hard not to see it as appropriation, taking intellectual property, basically.
Like biopiracy, taking traditional knowledge about natural resources.
Exactly that. It was a systemic issue. The drive for profit, for bringing back something new, often just wiped out any ethical thought about where it came from.
So the ballad isn't just saying he was ungrateful. It's pointing to a system where the source of knowledge is deliberately erased so someone else can claim credit and cash in.
And the next verses really confirm that. While the local healer is forgotten, the ballad says, far away, across the sea, a potion rose in history.
The knowledge traveled, it was processed, bottled up.
Onatized, with zero credit to the origin.
And then comes the big reveal. The name of this famous potion.
Milk of magnesia white, a healing drink, a doctor's light.
Wow. So the poem draws a direct line from that simple clay and coconut remedy
to one of the most famous commercial antacids ever made.
Okay, but wait. Let's get technical for a second. Milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide. The clay was probably kaolin, aluminum silicate. They're different chemicals.
They are. That's a crucial point.
So how does the ballad's argument still work? Is it just poetic license?
I don't think so. It's about the principle. He didn't steal the exact chemical formula, maybe. He stole the concept. He saw firsthand that swallowing a certain kind of inert mineral compound gave rapid, effective relief for severe gut issues. That was the revelation.
Okay, so he took that idea back.
Right. The proof of concept provided by the healer. And then Western pharmacology could take that proven principle and maybe refine it. Find a similar acting compound, like magnesium hydroxide, that was perhaps more stable, easier to mass produce, whatever.
But the foundational discovery, the insight that this type of substance worked,
that belonged to the healer. That was the secret find. Not the clay itself necessarily, but the knowledge of its application.
that makes so much more sense. The refinement came later, but the breakthrough was that first successful use.
Precisely. And that's what the ballad hammers home. This commercial cure got famous, but...
None recall. Beneath the sun, the man who found it, the native one.
Yeah. The doctor's light of the commercial product effectively put out the light of the original innovator. It's a powerful indictment of how medical history often gets written.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other fundamental discoveries, maybe in medicine, farming, technology, how many are rooted in traditional knowledge that just got taken?
Industrialized, patented, and then credited to whoever did the final step, not the first step.
It suggests the whole history we learn might be skewed.
The ballad forces that thought. It suggests that commercial success often required erasing the origin story, so the credit and the profit stayed with those who had the ships and the factories.
Not the ones with the original insight.
Exactly.
So we've taken this one poem, this Ballad of the Forgotten Physician, and pulled out this whole narrative. The effectiveness of a simple, natural remedy, soft white clay, sweet coconut.
And then the deliberate forgetting, the erasure of the person who actually provided that cure.
It's a story about healing, but also about profound injustice.
And the poem doesn't just recount it, it challenges us, the listeners, about historical honesty. Those final lines, they're an appeal. So sing Owens, of healing hands, unsung, unseen, the forgotten physician, calm and keen.
Yeah. It's asking us to remember those who are often left out of the official story.
That's the final thought, really. The medical knowledge we have today, it's built on layers, and some of those layers involve unacknowledged debts.
Maybe the real deep dive here is for us to question what we even consider innovation.
Right. Is it only innovation when it comes out of a lab, gets branded? Or should we value and credit that original observation, that first successful application, no matter who made it or where?
The ballad definitely leaves you thinking about whose history gets remembered.
And whose gets ignored? Maybe next time you look at everyday things in your own home, just pause and wonder about the story behind them. Whose knowledge, whose hands might be invisible there.